Welcome to Basic, Easy, and Simple English. My name is Seung Oh. Today we are going to study the numbers, persons, and cases of nouns and pronouns. First, numbers and persons. There are two numbers in English. Singular, singular means one, and plural. Plural means more than one. More than one. And there are three persons in English. First, second, and third person. Now let us look at singular part. First person is I. I. Or she can say I. Case singular, one. Now, second person singular, you. I and you. If this guy becomes I, she has to be you to him. Or if she becomes I, to her, he is you. Okay? So that's singular. Third person, he, she, it. Let us say he is James. James, he. Sarah, she. The car, it. So he, she, it. If his name is John, he. If her name is Jane, she. Whatever it is, it. So third person singular, he, she, it. Now let us look at the plural. The plural, first person, we. We is I plus somebody. In a group, if you have I, always 100%, that's we. I and Sarah, that's we. Or Sarah says I and James, that's we. We. If you have I in a group, it is always 100% we. And now you. If you have you in a group, that's you in plural, except you and I. If you have I in a group, it is always we. So except you and I, if you is in a group, it becomes you. They, the third person plural. They is third person plural. And then it has he, she, it. No I or no you. If you have I here, it becomes we. If you have you here, it becomes you. So in this third person, we cannot find I and you. So always he, she, it without I and you. Again, in a group, if you have I, that's always we. In a group, if you have you, it's always you except you and I. If you find you and I in a group, it is always we. Because first person, I don't know, I can say first person wins. Okay, this is the numbers and persons in English. Now let us think about cases. Today we are going to think about only two cases, subjective and objective. There are more cases, but let's think about subjective case and objective case. Here, I is a subject and James is an object. So this is in subjective case and this is in objective case. In this sentence, James is the subject. And now I am object, so I don't use I, but me. I like James. James likes me. So this is subjective and this is objective. This is objective and this is subjective. Here, unless we use subjective or objective pronoun, in proper nouns we have to figure out the case of the nouns by the location. If the noun comes after a verb, it becomes objective. If the noun comes before the verb, it is subjective. So here, if we change James, it can be I like him. The third person objective here. Third person objective. He subjective. Him objective. Here. James, this is he because it's a subject. Again, he is subjective. Him is objective. Which means you cannot say I like he. He is subjective. It cannot come to an objective location. You cannot say him because him is objective and this is subjective position. So you cannot put objective in subjective position. Okay, let us go to the next sentence. You like Sandy. This is subject, verb, and object. Sandy likes you. Sandy subject, likes verb, and you is object. This you and this you, they look alike, but by the location or position of the word, you can tell this is subject and this is object. Now, Sandy, the first Sandy is object. This Sandy is object, so objective. So we can use her. Her is objective of she. Okay? And then Sandy. Here, first Sandy is subjective. It's a subject. So we have to use she. We cannot use her here because this is subjective position. Again, this is objective position, so you have to use her. And this is subjective position, you have to use she. Okay? Now let's look at the third sentence. I drive a car. I, subject, verb, a car. It's an object. So you say I drive a car. It's an object, it. This it, and this the car, subject, verb, and this is complement. And this car can be it. This it, they look alike. It, they look alike. Again, we have to figure this out by the position or location of the word. Here, this it is in objective case. This it is in subjective case. So this is this, this is this. This is the cases of pronouns and nouns. Now let us do some exercise. Rewrite each sentence, substituting the nouns with pronouns. Okay. Samantha works with Sam. Samantha, she is Samantha. Samantha, and he is Sam. Samantha, she works with him. Again, after preposition, you always use an objective case. Anyway, Sam, he is Sam. Same subject here, verb, and this is complement. So since this is subjective case, we use he for Sam, Samantha for her. So Samantha is she here, but her here. Sam is he here, and him here. I drive a car. I is always I. Drive a car, it. The car, it. It is very old. This is object. This is subject. So you don't know which one, but in the context, we can say that this is objective and this is subjective. You, subject, work, verb, with Mr. Johnson. Again, this is complement. So you is the subject and Mr. Johnson is him. In the second sentence, Mr. Johnson is he as the subject, works verb with you. Again, this is an object, but this you and this you, they look alike. In this case still, by the context or position of the word, you can tell this is the subject and this is the object. Okay, this is the conclusion of today's study. I will come back to you with another issue as soon as possible. Until then, keep studying English and have a great day. Bye.